Only 2 ingredients in these soft dog treats. We're going to make a tasty filling for this tube for training for the dog. So we need to make a specific consistency, and because I had some hearts, I've got about just over 200 milliliters, just less than a cup of blood, and a little bit of quick oats. I need to make it a little bit finer, so I'll be grinding them up in the grinder. There's my measuring, and then you can either put it in a no-stick fry pan and cook it on the stove, or you can use the microwave. This is not an exact science, so I'm just going to experiment and start with a half a cup of oatmeal. Oatmeal is readily digested by dogs, low glycemic. So I take my oatmeal, it could be quick or it could be the older style, put it in your food processor, put the lid on tight, plug it in, and grind. Don't need it too fine, so it's almost like a steel cut. Place the blood in the saucepan. Empty the oats. I like to use a metal spoon. It doesn't really matter. You can use a wooden spoon if you like. I like to start things on high and then turn them down, but that's just me. This is minute oat, so it doesn't take much cooking. However, what we do need to wait is the blood to thicken. The protein denatures, makes a nice thick paste. I like to stir it as it warms. There, now you can see both the oatmeal starting to thicken as well as the blood. Just keep stirring. I'm going to turn it down at this point. We don't need the high heat. You can see it's starting to solidify. Absolutely perfect. Keep moving it on so it doesn't burn on the bottom of the pan. If you'd like, you can even turn that off entirely. Just let the heat from the element do the rest of the cooking. See how nice and thick that is? We just need to set this aside and wait till it's cool. It'll be much thicker. I'm just going to take that and put it on the back element. Once it's cool enough to handle, and then it's time to scoop it into the tube. I just use a spoon. You can fill that up with an appropriate amount for a training session, or even 2 if you're going to use it the same day. I highly recommend using it within the same day, unless you can't. In that case, you can freeze it. It freezes really well. And in my case, I've made enough for approximately 2 training sessions worth. So I'm going to take the other half, because I don't want to give it to my dog all at once. It's pretty rich, and I like to, for nutrition's sake, I like to vary what my dogs eat for training treats. There, so that's approximately enough. So I've just kind of half filled it, and we will seal this off. Just squish all of the air out if possible. Tap it down a bit. Squish more air out. Fold it over. That's when this little thing gets fed through and over top. And you have a nice tight seal. And when you're ready to use it, you simply take the lid off, squish some out, and your dog will lick it off. Place the remaining in some sort of container that can be put in the freezer, and as I said, it freezes really well. And Clover loves to lick this. There you go, Clover. That's a whole enrichment activity in itself. If your dog has trouble scraping it off with her teeth, just put a thin film of water and let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes. Once it's done that, you can take a flipper and easily scrape it off for your dog and let her go to town. You can take it one step further to slow them down if that's what you want to do. Use it as an enrichment, is to put this in the freezer and let it freeze, and then let your dog lick it. A cool treat on a hot day. Another use for this is to fill up a Liki mat. It's a perfect texture for it, and all you have to do is just spread it on, thick or thin. You can put as much or as little as you want. If you are going to do that with this and freeze it, what I do is I just partition off the appropriate amount for each serving. And when you freeze it, you can just pull out one at a time, and it works great. Like and subscribe if you like this video.